right, so today we were just opening up the hives for a minute because we had installed those new queens to 2 of the hives when we split the hives, and we wanted to make sure that she got chewed out of her little box and that they accepted her. So this first hive right here that we're putting back together actually had the old queen in it. This is from when we split it with that hive next to it. And the old queen came with this, so it was that other, the blue hive that I just showed you, has the new queen. And they did accept her. They chewed her out. She is marked with green. We marked this queen in this box with red because she was last year's queen. That way we can keep them, keep track of them. And these ones are doing good. She's in there, we did make a mistake though when we split them that we didn't give them really enough bees to go with her, and it got kind of cold again. So some of the brood was dead, but they are cleaning it out and they're going to straighten it back up again. But we did give them some more bees from this hive to this hive now to help them out a little bit more too. And now this is the hive that installed the new queen. And they like her. So we saw her, she was out laying eggs, they got her out, she's perfectly good. So she is well installed into her new hive. So now we're going to be checking the feral hive, this is the one that we found, and we're going to mark this queen. So we're going to see what we find in this one. So as you can see, the bees are really out today. Our trees are really getting in bloom, and they're just loving all the flowers that they are finding for nectar and pollen. So that's what they're doing. So this one is they're eating their food pretty good. I'm going to come a little closer to the bees. There's a lot of them in there. And there they are. So we're going to have to find her, and then we'll mark her. Make sure she's still doing her job. So we will be right back when we find her. Okay, so with this hive, we had moved some brood to the top of the top box of this hive, and now look at them drawing out that comb. So nice. Look at that side. I mean, they almost have that whole thing drawn out. So that really actually worked well. We kind of were telling them, come to the top a little bit and do some work, and it worked. So they are busy working. And these bees over here coming back, they have orange pollen on them. Look at their little legs have orange on them. I don't know where they get orange pollen, but some from some flower. And look at that one.
Brood.
Some brood. And pollen on that frame. We're still looking for the queen.
Brood and pollen. She shouldn't be here.
Oh, no.
She should be in the bottom.
Oh, yeah. The queen will be on the bottom.
Should be.
Yeah.
Watch out, bee.
Oh, look, that one has orange pollen on it. It must have came out. Come from a flower.
You see Mama?
Not yet, I don't think.
Lots of
really.
bees.
Yeah, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to find the queen at first if she's not marked when there's so many.
Yeah, she should be.
Takes a little while to look through them all and stuff. Uh-oh.
I don't know if I'm working here, but this is looking good. Yeah, they're drawing this box out good.
Mm-hmm. Starting to, wow, look at that. And see that, I mean, that's amazing. Because when we gave it to them, it looks like the other side of this frame because they haven't got to it yet. And it was just kind of like that. Yeah, so look what they've done, the comparison. So they're really doing good. And we just gave this to them how long ago? A week? Just a week ago.
Yeah.
So they have worked hard. And it's kind of been chilly, so they've really, for it being chilly, they're still doing some good work. Once it starts really heating up, they are going to really just take off, I bet.
Make sure you get all these frames tight again.
Yeah, and so make sure you get all the frames tight to the middle again when you are going to put it back together. Oh, there's another bee with orange on it. It just went down there. They're really working today. So this is where we should find the queen, on one of these frames. And then we'll show you guys how we mark her. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we found the queen finally, and there she is. We marked her. So we're just letting that paint dry though for a minute, or it'll come off of her. Like you can tell, it's getting smeared because those bees are getting on top of her. But it should dry here in a minute, but we won't put it back till it's pretty dry. So that's their queen. And that was the feral colony, that one that we found in the tree. And they really are taking off. Yep. We did not think they were going to make it in through the winter, but she did. So there she is.
And she's marked and easy to see now.
Yeah, now we can really find her. She has that spread on her really good now.
Take your finger and get a little bit of that off. Look, they don't like it. Those bees are
they're trying to clean her off. They think she got dirty. I can't really take it off of her. It's okay, bees. Don't clean it off of her. She's okay with it. Yeah, there she is. They're trying to help her. Okay, well, we're going to put this hive back together then, and we'll show you the Russian hive, the 2 Russian hives next. Okay, so here is the Russian hive. This is the one we split, so this was the split one. This is the littler one. And again, that Russian queen, she came with the new box, or we put her in the new hive. So then that other one right next to it, which is that one, it has the new Russian queen that we had installed. So first we're going to check this one and make sure that we had given them enough bees to keep their brood warm. So let's see what we find out. Here. And then when we do a complete inspection of the other part of the other older Russian hive, we'll see if we need to, you know, how they accepted their new queen, and then if we need to give these any more bees from them, like we did that other hive.
Okay.
Oh, here's some bees.
Bunch of pollen.
Pollen in there.
No mom.
No queen yet.
A little bit of brood.
A little bit of brood.
Okay.
What's the shiny stuff in there?
Where?
In
Nectar.
Oh, nectar.
And pollen.
New nectar, new pollen.
Okay. Got some dead bees at the bottom.
You mean regular bees that just die? Yeah. That happens. Sometimes you'll see the dead bees that have died. They're at the bottom of the hive, which is normal. Somebody's mad. Ooh, no, they're really gonna be mad.
That's okay.
Oh my goodness, it's that one that's mad.
No.
What's happening to it?
Big old drone.
That is a big drone bee. That thing was humongous. He was not happy. He kind of got upside down in there. Silly old guy.
Okay, that brood all looks good.
Okay, that brood looks good on this one. Must have been more bees in this one that we gave them. Must have been able to keep their babies warmer.
Looking for mama right now.
Is she marked on this side? On this side?
Yeah.
She is. What color? Red?
Yep.
So she'll be a red. We have to see if we can see one with red on her. Wow, look at all those bees. They're busy working. Well, I don't see one with red on this one.
Nope. Everything looks good. I'm not seeing no. Yep. Oh yeah, I'm seeing babies.
Okay, good. So there's babies
All
on that
kinds of
frame.
babies.
So this one, they were able to keep their brood warm. It sounds like. Oh, there she is.
Yep.
Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Yep, there she is. The one with the red on her. There's their queen. So
looks
she's
good.
doing good.
Yep. Okay, we saw enough. These are good.
Okay, so this box
Okay.
is growing like they're supposed to. So they're doing good. Now we are going to still feed the feral colony and the two boxes of the split ones. The big ones, I think we're not going to feed anymore because they're really doing good and they're not really even eating it. So, but the feral one and the two small ones, we will probably continue to feed. So yeah, look at all that nectar in there.
Yep, full of nectar.
Tons of nectar. So they're doing their job. They like it over here. They've accepted it. They like it. So
Okay,
now,
so here's capped honey.
oh, and there's their
See the
capped honey. This is
difference?
what we had given them from the old hive, so then they would have some resource. so,
Difference in brood and honey.
yeah,
See that? It's more waxy.
yeah. So that's honey. When it's capped, it looks more waxy. When the brood is capped, it looks more like cloth, like a blanket kind of. So this is good. We're having good news, good reports from all the hives so far that we're checking. So I don't think these ones are going to need any more bees
Nope.
from the other hives. So this one, they're just taking off good by themselves. So we're going to put this one back together and then we'll show you the last one, which is the older Russian hive. Okay, so we're opening up this last hive, this was our original Russian one, and we're going to see if they accepted their new queen that we
Looks good.
installed a couple days ago. So let's see if we can find her. She's going to be marked with green because she is this year's queen. Last year's queens are red, this year's are green.
So there's only one that you said not to feed, right?
Yeah,
I'm going to put that top
Yeah.
back on, Phil.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we found out that this one's took all their food, so we are going to keep feeding them. We kind of go by what the bees tell us. So if they're taking their food, that means they need it, and we are going to keep giving it to them. If they don't eat it, that means they're not needing it, so we stop giving it to them. We just kind of listen to what the bees tell us. They know more than anybody what they need.
Drawing it out.
Mm-hmm.
Guys always build just walking up the comb, especially here. Thought that was a bee getting my
Oh. Sorry. Well,
Oh. Watch your flowers.
that's why it's hard. She might be at the bottom.
Just see what we got up here. Yeah, she will be.
Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah. They're just drawing out these new frames, it looks like.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, they're doing. Oh, look at that big drone bee. He's so big, but he's still striped, so he's a drone. So we're finding a lot of drones. We saw that before, remember? Okay, so here's the bottom
Okay.
box.
She's
We're going to
over
look
here.
for the queen. See if they have accepted her. Which we haven't seen a dead queen, so that's good. We're sure she's accepted her. We just want to find her and make sure she's just doing her job. And that all the bees like her.
Pollen.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of nectar and pollen in this hive from what they've been pulling in. Because like I said, they have a lot to choose from this right now. So they're in a great location too, with all of our fruit trees blooming right in front of them and around them. So they're having an easy time bringing it into their hive. All right, let's see what we find on this hive. She's probably going to be more in the middle, but
Pollen.
pollen in this one.
Yep. Pollen.
And more pollen. Yep, look at them. On their little legs, they bring it in. See those ones with the orange on their legs? That's the pollen. Orange pollen today. They're all bringing in orange pollen today. It's interesting. And then they put it in those little cells.
Yeah, feisty.
You better get the smoke out.
This hive, for whatever reason,
Sometimes they don't like to be messed with.
I'll tell you.
Ooh, what's that?
Honey.
Honey? Old honey, I
nectar
mean,
and
from last year, yeah.
Pollen.
Whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, all empty. Ready to be
Ready for them.
eggs.
To lay eggs.
No
Ready for the queen
eggs.
to lay eggs. She hasn't probably got to that
queens.
frame yet, huh? It was on the edge, so she's probably more likely in the middle frame, laying eggs in the other frames. I'm sure she'll get to it though.
Oh, drawing it out.
Nothing
see
really
her.
on that one.
Drones.
Some drone. Look at all those drone cells. They're starting to be born. And all
That's
that
what
see all that nectar and pollen, that orange stuff?
What would that be? See,
Look at it.
pollen sacs.
Yeah, look at it. All the orange on the bees. Oh, it's
Must
so
be off
funny.
those cherry trees.
Yeah, we've decided the orange pollen must come from our sour cherry trees, because that's where they really are been today, on those cherry trees, which I'll show you. See the tree right there with all those white blooms on it? Those two big ones are the cherries. They've really been on those trees today. That must be where they get the orange pollen.
Bunch of fruit. Look at that big old drone right there.
Those big old bees with stripes on them are drone boy bees. Look at them. All they do is eat, and then they fly off to their drone field to be a dad bee and then come back and eat. After a while, the bees get tired of them. And we have a video from last year of when they kicked out their drones.
Yeah, I do not see no queen.
Not yet.
Yeah. Bunch of bees, though.
Okay, so what happened with this one was that we looked through the whole box, 2 boxes full of frames. Couldn't find the queen, couldn't find the queen. Finally, my husband lifted up that bottom box, and we found her at the bottom of the whole hive, and there was tons of bees on top of her. So we don't know if they were trying to kill her or what. So we luckily got the clip, the queen clip, and we got her in there with just a couple bees. And now we're going to set her back in here for a couple days to see, because we're actually not sure. I really believe that they were trying to kill her, because no other queen had we seen all the bees on top of her. I mean, we really had to smoke them to get them away from her. So I really think they were trying to kill her. So we don't know what to do. So at least we saved her. Thank God we saved her. We found her. I mean, it wasn't luck, of course, but, you know, it was good for her that we found her. Because look at them. They're trying to go back up to her. I mean, they don't like her. So I don't know. I'm going to have to ask my husband what you do when the hive doesn't like the queen. So check back and we will tell you what we do on another video. Okay, we'll keep watching our videos to see what happens to this Russian queen bee. And thanks for watching. Bye.